Hello, Portal Storm here. Today we are going to do our first leg in a grand tour of Scotland. Let me pull up the map here real quick. So, right now we are in Edinburgh at the Edinburgh airport, and we are going to do a little loop around Edinburgh, just a quick tour, and then we are going to head over to Queensferry. Go up the Forth Bridge, and then kind of just follow our flight plan, our flight path north to Pitlochry, a sleepy little town in the hills next to a river, the River Tummel. I think I'm pronouncing all these things right. And in Pitlochry there is the Blair Atholl distillery, which we'll fly by. Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. And then in the next leg, which will be a separate video in a few days, we'll do Pitlochry, and we will fly over to Aberdeen. And then from Aberdeen, we're going to fly over to Inverness. However, instead of cutting straight across, we might go around the coast. It might be prettier. And then the next leg will be Inverness to Isle of Skye. And then Isle of Skye to Fort William. And then I was going to go Fort William to Glasgow, but I might do Fort William to Islay, and we'll go around Islay. But for right now, we're in Edinburgh. We're going to go around Edinburgh, and we're going to check out the Edinburgh Castle and Holyrood Park. I guess that's what it's called. And then we will head up to Pitlochry, and on the way I'll probably just throw it on autopilot and we'll get some good footage of the Scottish countryside. We are using live weather, so it's nice and gloomy in Scotland right now, as usual. I'm flying this Cessna because it is one of the smallest prop planes in the game that has autopilot. So let's go ahead and take off in the cockpit, and then we'll switch over to the follow cam so we can get some better views of Edinburgh. And Edinburgh probably will cause my computer to slow way down because this game is not very optimized, and cities tend to do that. But we are playing on mostly high-end settings with a couple things on ultra, trying to get the best looks without completely... Whoa, that is some weird tearing happening on that tower over there. Anyways, yeah, so let's go ahead and take off. I'm going to release my parking brake, and I am going to increase the throttle. We will get up to speed. I have not flown this plane in a long time. I have been flying... What is that tearing happening? Anyways, I've been flying the King Air a lot recently. Let's go ahead and raise our flaps all the way up. Alright, I think we are ready to go touring. I'm going to take the throttle off a little bit and switch over to our external camera. Okay. Talk to ATC a little bit, and then I turned off all damage just so we can fly around in the follow cam without having to worry too much. Let's head... I think this is the right direction. Let's head to downtown Edinburgh. Again, I've never been to Scotland. Don't really know anything about Scotland. I've always wanted to go. I know golf was invented in Scotland, and I know all Scotch comes from Scotland, and I do love my Scotch. I do have grass, trees, and clouds set to ultra, and it really makes all the difference in looks and doesn't tank your computer that hard. Now we will be flying a lot outside of the cockpit just because this is a tour video and we want to see as much of our surroundings as possible. Some very Scottish looking buildings below us. I cannot wait until I get my hands on the 30 series graphics cards coming out very shortly, as my 1080 is struggling with this game. Hey, there's a golf course. Alright, I did a tiny bit of research into Edinburgh, and by tiny bit I mean like 2 minutes, just to find out where the Edinburgh Castle is. That looks like some sort of university. Oh, here's a big football stadium we can go by. And soccer to us Americans, but football to literally everyone else in the world.
Edinburgh Tower Cessna Sierra Tango 0 Romeo Mike frequency change.
Alright, let's turn this direction. So that weird building right here, I'll fly around it. I thought at first that this was Edinburgh Castle, but it's not. It's obviously not textured at all, but it's some old famous hospital building. It does look very strange in the game, that is for sure. Alright, let's head this direction. I'm going to try and slow down a little bit. My computer is not enjoying all these buildings right now. Alright, these buildings on top of this hill that we're passing. This is Edinburgh Castle, which right now is rendered to just look like apartment buildings, but there it is, that's Edinburgh Castle. Here's the train station. And here's that famous hill in Edinburgh that you can climb, I believe. What the hell is that building? That is the weirdest looking structure I've ever seen. Hey, another golf course. Alright, let's turn and start heading over to that bridge, and then we'll turn north. And we will get back. We'll set up autopilot and we will get some nice views of the Scottish countryside on our way up to Pitlochry. 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 Something. If anybody is watching this that lives in Edinburgh, let me know what that weird building is. And tell me if I've flown over your house. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. That is a big roundabout. I have to adjust my trim, I think. I think we're alright. A bunch of fields for running track and playing. Probably soccer, aka football. Here's a strange building, a round building halfway in the hillside. And another golf course. We can go check out this little island over here. That this giant yacht seems to be headed straight for. Wonder if anybody lives on this little island. I see some houses or some buildings on here. There's one right there. There are some over here. Now that we're away from the buildings, my frames are going back up. I'm sure all these clouds do not help at all.
500.
The reflections look really pretty though. There's a little house. Can you imagine living there? Just in the woods, on the ocean. Be perfect. Wow, those trees did not render into the game. It's a cool little building. Alright, here's a little town. And we are going to turn and start heading north along this bridge. Alright, let's see on our VFR map where we are. Alright, I'm going to jump into the cockpit, and I'm going to turn nav mode on and turn autopilot on. And it should set us back on course. And I'm going to adjust our altitude to 1000 and put altitude hold mode on. And yeah, we should be good to go. It is getting downright stormy over whatever this city is. Let me look at my map real quick. If you'll look out your windows, we are currently over Rost and Dunfermline. Ross and Dunfermline. Of course, those cities. This would be Dunfermline. I am not pronouncing these right. Let's jump out of here. Whoa! Go into showcase mode. If you live in Dunfermline, Dunfermline, Wellwood, Townhill, Crossford, Rost, Inverkeithing, Hilland, Dalgety Bay, Crossgates, Hillabeath, Kingseat, Bowershell, Townhill. I think I already said Townhill. Let me know, because I'm flying over your town right now. I'm gonna have to increase our altitude because we are going more inland and we are probably gonna crash. Let's go up to 2000 and let's go to vertical speed mode and increase our altitude at 800 feet per minute. It is windy out today. We'll look out the windows while this is happening, just so we don't crash into anything. Some pretty windmills out there. Farmland, some lakes, or lochs as they call it here in Scotland. This airplane does not like 800 feet per minute. I am losing speed very quickly. We're almost there though. So I've been flying a lot of the bigger planes in this game recently, and not as bumpy of a ride as these tiny planes, which makes sense. There's a big loch over there. That would be Loch Leven. And on that little island out there is Loch Leven Castle, which we could go check out. Do you want to go see Loch Leven Castle? Let's go check out Loch Leven Castle. Oh, I gotta take autopilot off. Alright, let's go check out Loch Leven Castle. And we'll get back on course. Are those sheep down there? Hay bales, sheep. So this little tiny island, not the bigger one to the right, but this little tiny one right in front of us, has, apparently according to Google, a castle on it. But I'm guessing here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it has rendered the building as a modern day building, as it likes to do with ruins. We'll get nice and low for this. Ah, yes, that modern looking castle.
500.
Well, that's Loch Leven Castle. Let's get back on course, head up to Pitlochry. Pitlochry? And this would be the town of Milnathort and Kinross. Milnathort. Looks like a cute little town.
500.
With a golf course. Per usual.
500.
Alright, let's get back in our cockpit. We are headed back to where we want to be. Increase our altitude to
500.
2500. Turn vertical speed mode on. Increase our vertical speed to 500 feet per minute. Turn nav mode is already turned on. And I'm going to engage autopilot. Throttle up all the way. And hopefully we do not crash. Looks a little dark. I wonder if Shadowplay records my personal monitor brightness. Alright, we need to increase speed quicker, or we are going to crash into a mountain. This is going to be cutting it close. I think we'll make it. Alright, I think we're at a good altitude right now. 2200. Sure. Let me just get up to speed. What on earth is that? Oh, I think they're deforesting. Maybe. Lots of farmland. Pull back on the throttle a tiny bit. Alright, let's head into showcase mode. It's very windy out in Scotland today. There we go. The beautiful Scottish countryside from approximately 2,000 feet in the air. Okay, that was fun. Back in the cockpit we are. I'm going to take us off of autopilot, and we are going to turn to the right, and we are going to find this river, and we're going to follow the river up to Pitlochry and check out the Blair Atholl distillery, the sleepy little town of Pitlochry, and then we will go land at the Blair Atholl airstrip. And that'll be it for this first leg of the grand Scottish tour. We'll do the next leg tomorrow or in a few days. It is very windy out today. This little airplane is getting blown all over the map. Alright, let's go to external cockpit. External cockpit, external camera. What is that building in the middle of nowhere? Thing is huge. Alrighty, so we have found the river. What was that river called again? We have found... As I crash the plane while I'm looking. This is the River Tummel. The River Tummel. Wow, can you imagine living out here? Like in the middle of nowhere, in the hills of Scotland, on the River Tummel. I could just fly fish every day, drink scotch every day. I mean, I guess I could do that here in Michigan, but still, it wouldn't be as cool as Scotland. What is this building? This is where the river splits. We're going to take the right fork up to Pitlochry.
500.
It's another large building on a hill. They really do a good job with the water in some places. That looks so pretty. And this is Pitlochry. Pitlochry. And the big building's right in front of our nose. That is, I believe, the Blair Atholl distillery. You can go take tours there, sip some whiskey, some scotch, I should say. But yeah, here is Pitlochry. Pitlochry.
500.
Now let's get our map back up. Hey, another golf course. Let's go back in the cockpit, actually. And let's turn autopilot on, nav mode's on. Altitude hold mode is on for 2,000 feet. Book it again. Want to decrease my selected altitude to 1,500 feet. Vertical speed mode, decrease my speed. Vertical speed mode on, decrease my speed. What the hell is going on here? Turn vertical speed mode on. Decrease my vertical speed. Thank you. Are we gonna hit this mountain? Alright. Autopilot off! Now, where is this airport? I'm gonna decrease our speed. We are going way too fast. Wait, is the airport this grass strip? Look at those airplanes on the mountain. Alright, I guess we're landing on that grass strip. I don't think the game has this airport in it. It may be a grass strip airport in real life, but alright, I'm gonna put some flaps down. We're gonna turn this sucker around and decrease our speed a little bit.
500.
And I'm gonna put our flaps all the way down. And we are going to land in the grass. Whoa! It's a little bit of a rough landing. Well, I guess this is the Blair Atholl airstrip. I wonder how they got these planes halfway up the mountain. Anyways, that is the first leg of our Scotland tour. If you like the video, please subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up. That lets me know you want me to make more of these. Anyway, until next time, get out there and get flying.